Good evening, crypto miners. Hello, everyone. We will soon start this AMA with Aradena, the trading card game where your cards come to life. Isn't that exciting to say? Wow. Anyway, do we have anyone from Aradena here? I think Mr. Liam Bacon should be here, the CEO. Is he in here? Liam, if you're in here, please raise your hand. I can see you. And please be on your phone, otherwise you can't talk. That's a special Twitter thingy. There we have them. Let's see. Liam, are you with me? No, still connected.
Hello guys.
Hey Liam.
How's it going?
Hi. It's going good. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It's nice to meet you and nice to connect on Spaces.
Yeah. Very happy to have you
There
here.
should also be one other person who's requested to speak as well. Will be down as Jacob Aradena on there. He's also part of the project
Okay.
and my original co-founder. I think he should have requested to speak as well.
Let's bring him up here as well on stage. Absolutely. The more the merrier, right? Well, not too many.
Hi guys. Great to meet you.
Hi Jacob. Hi. How was your day?
Yeah, very well, thank you. It's been busy, but always good in Aradena.
Busy. I think I hear you must both be from UK, is that correct?
Yeah, we're both based in London. So me and Jake actually met originally at university quite a long time ago. And that's how we originally became friends. And then we worked on another project before this, and then started this company about 2 years ago, which has been a very busy ride. Jake said today's been busy, but you could kind of summarize the last 2 years for that, like that as well, to be fair.
That's great. So how long have you been working on this project?
2 years. So we started it, in June 2021.
Okay. And now it's coming to life, or has it been out there for long already?
Yeah, so in terms of like the development roadmap, so we released like sort of like our original like product and ecosystem a little over a year ago now. So if you head to like aradena.io, click play, you can head into like a 3D world map where you can see a lot of different like in-game features in the web application. The main one that we've had running for quite a long time is questing, which is just like a fairly simple narrative-based questing game. But the flagship product of the whole ecosystem of Aradena is Aradena Battlegrounds, which is sort of best described as a tactical trading card game, but unique compared to others. So the real key value proposition, the idea behind it is that it brings collectible cards to life in strategic 3D gameplay. So if you imagine like other trading card games like Hearthstone, for example, you sort of play cards on a virtual table, whereas in our game, when you put the card down, it turns into a 3D unit on a 3D hex battlefield, which does two really interesting things for players that is like very exciting for them. The first thing is it's a lot more visually immersive, the experience, and then the second thing is the fact that there's a lot more like elements of strategy that you can introduce into the game as well, particularly around movement and positioning. So yeah, that's really exciting.
And you can trade those cards or NFTs as they are, I suppose.
Correct, yeah. So what we did at first is we did a collection of Warriors of Aradena, which is sort of like your sort of like hero in the game. And then we'll be adding additional card packs as well. So we did our first card pack sale on Immutable X in February of this year, which did really well. There's about 50,000 card packs that sold out in about 7 days. And then we'll continue to do more in the future. So what we'll basically be releasing very soon is the game store, which we're planning to release by the end of this month, which will sell pre-release bundles, which includes card packs and unique cosmetics, as well as also loot boxes as well, which will give like randomized rewards to players as well.
All right. And the game, I saw the trailer on your webpage. That's the game we're talking about now, right?
Yeah, I think that's what you'll be seeing if you're looking at the homepage. Yeah, so the game's just gone into early stage beta. Still quite early right now. It's been in development for about 18 months. I think probably one thing that a lot of Web3 gaming studios don't quite realize is how long it takes to create a genuinely really compelling gameplay. And a high quality game. So I remember when we came into space and we did our initial NFT sale, probably almost like 2 years ago now. There was a lot of people trying to rush out product very quickly. There's a lot of people that launched tokens maybe like 12 months ago without any sort of like underlying value or utility for the token or any product, which we chose not to do at the time. We always wanted to wait until we actually had a product out there. So right now we're in early stage beta. It's completely open access at the moment. So it's completely free to play. If you just head to like aradena.io, you can click play. You can create an account just literally with an email and a password and start playing the game in a matter of minutes, which has always been like.
And you don't have to connect your wallet then?
No, you don't have to. So basically the idea is for us that our mission has always been to onboard traditional gamers into Web3. That's always been like the sort of main goal. Our real target is to have 100,000 monthly active users by the summer of 2024. That's always been our target. And the first 6 months of 2024 is when we'll really start focusing on traditional gamers. So the next 6 months for us, we've just got into beta stage now, which allows us to collect like a lot of user feedback and then use that to improve the gameplay and improve the product in general. And then that will allow us to sort of polish the build over the next 6 months before it really is like very in its best state to bring in traditional gamers. But in order to do that, you need to try and reduce the barriers to entry. So the first thing is the fact that the game is completely free to play. And then the second thing is the fact there's basically creating no technical barriers to entry for traditional gamers or people that are not Web3 native. So basically the idea is that if you're a traditional gamer, you can see our game and it has quite a compelling gameplay proposition in the sense that like a gamer would look at it and be like, wow, this looks really interesting and unique. It looks like a different take on trading card games. It's not just sort of a copy of other games I've seen before. And I want to try it out. They can try it out very easily, free and without a Web3 wallet. And then we educate those players about the benefit of Web3 to improve their player experience once they've already started playing the game. So it's like, you know, if you create a Web3 wallet and connect a wallet, then you can start to take true ownership of your assets. You can start to gain more rewards for your gameplay experience, et cetera, and gain all of the benefits that Web3 players have.
So on what platform are you launching then when it comes live?
Yes, so we're building with Immutable X. So we formed a partnership with them earlier this year and received a grant from them to build with them. Immutable X have actually been really, really good with us. We've got like a joint Slack channel. They've helped us a lot with co-marketing and a variety of other things as well. And obviously, Immutable X originally released Gods Unchained quite a while ago now, which is another top Web3 trading card game. So there's a lot of learnings and lessons that they had from that experience, which they can pass forwards to us as well, which is great.
So they are like partners to you, you can say.
Yeah, correct. We have a partnership with them, yeah. And then we're also building within the IMX ecosystem. Because obviously they have the ZK rollup technology, which as well as being very secure, also offers like a gasless experience to players as well. So you don't have much of large gas fees when you're making microtransactions in the game.
And you said it's free to play, and you don't need special equipment. What do you need? What kind of equipment do you
to play the
need? Because something you need.
To play the game, honestly, absolutely nothing. The game is completely free to play. But what you can do is that you can buy Warriors of Aradena NFTs or card packs, which will then you'll be able to use in the gameplay, which will be able to basically provide a more fun gaming experience. So you'll be able to purchase assets which you can use in the game. But for those players that don't have any assets, they'll just be provided with a very standard default deck, which they can use just to sort of get like I suppose like a more simplified version of the gaming experience. So the idea is that you want to bring people in and let them try the game first before they decide that they actually want to invest into the game ecosystem.
Yeah, that's really nice. I like that strategy. And how much is it then, the basic package to start with if I decide to buy something?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say there's like a specific like package in terms of like coming in to play the games. There's probably two different things which are worth mentioning here. So the first thing is the fact that you can purchase a Warrior of Aradena, which at the moment you can probably purchase for about I think they're probably like 0.06 at the moment if you look at like the sort of floor price ones. So they're probably about £80 for a Warrior at the moment, which is about $100. And then there's also the pre-release bundle sets, which will be released in the store when the store comes out soon. I believe they're in $50, $80, and $200 tiers. And that will basically give you a variety of different cards, as well as also unique cosmetics as well, which you can use in the game. So that's kind of like a starter kit for all of the early adopters. And the really cool thing about that is the fact that a lot of those cosmetics are never to be sold again. So people who are like early adopters to the ecosystem can come in and get those pre-release bundles. And then, let's say in a year's time, when the game gets a lot more adoption and a lot more users, they will always have those unique assets, which no one else will then be able to purchase in the future.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that actually. How rare they're going to be later on. So you already answered that. Great. So it's on Ethereum. All of the items you buy with Ethereum, right? You said.
So the main collection of Warriors of Aradena are currently on Ethereum. They're on OpenSea, but the card packs and the other game assets are going to be on Immutable X. And then at some point we'll likely bridge the collection of Warriors over as well.
Mm-hmm. And why don't we also talk a little bit, because we started so fast now, but I want to hear a little bit more about your stories, both of you. You said you met at the university and then you started to work together immediately on some other projects, right? But yeah, who else is on the team, and how many people are you, and yeah, something about your background maybe.
Yeah, so me and Jacob, both co-founders, originally met at university quite a long time ago. What I mentioned before is the fact that I previously did a gamified e-learning startup, which is what Jacob also worked with me on as well. He also separately did a different startup as well, which was based on like game designs for offline games, like offline strategy games. As well as that, in terms of our backgrounds, so my original degree was in history, but then I did a master's in entrepreneurship. And then Jacob's background is all in electrical engineering. So we kind of naturally, in terms of like our skill sets, they kind of naturally complement each other in terms of the fact that there's a certain scope in which I would trust Jake on and a certain scope that he would trust me on. So the skill sets they work really nicely because there's not too much that overlap and they're very complementary to each other. When we started the company 2 years ago, it was a pretty rapid start. Between both of us, we only had about a few $1,000s in savings. So it was a very humble beginning for both of us. The first thing we did is we basically built a community from the ground up over the first couple of months during the summer of 2021. So like literally every single night, me and Jacob would be like sat in the Discord, like speaking to every single person who joined the community. This is back like at the start when we probably had like 50 members in the first like couple of weeks or so. And we'd be speaking to like every single person and like playing games in Discord and stuff like that, and basically grew the community pretty quickly. I think we probably got up to about 10,000 people within the first couple of months. Then we did an NFT sale, the original Warriors of Aradena, which made us a decent amount of revenue, which we could then use to fund development. And then we raised an investment round led by Animoca Brands, our pre-seed equity round, which was led by them at the end of 2021. And then from that point forwards, we then started to build out our core team and partnerships, and we've basically been building ever since then.
Wow, that's quite a story. Good. So, and now how many others are working with you? Only you two, or are there others in the development of the game?
Yeah, so there's a team of 20 people internally, but then we also
Oh,
we have also the co-development relationship. So there's a game studio called Blowfish Studios, which is part of the Animoca Brands family. They're based in Sydney. Those guys are great. They're also sort of the developers behind Phantom Galaxies as well. If you've heard of that, which is another big Web3 game. And although we do have our own internal game studio, they've also helped us in sort of a co-development model over the last couple of years. So in particular, their game design team is really, really good, as well as some other people as well. But their game design team's awesome. They recently brought on board last year a guy called James Wakeham, who was the co-creator and lead designer of Gods Unchained. That's a really relevant member for us to provide support, because Gods Unchained obviously is similar in the sense it's a Web3 trading card game as well. So yeah, there's a number of different people on the project, and then we've also got a number of different key advisors as well, who have also been absolutely instrumental to building out the game ecosystem, reviewing all of our tokenomics, reviewing the gaming and stuff like that.
So what's the vision ahead? Obviously, you're gonna launch this game, and is it gonna be around this game mostly then? And you're gonna have like seasons and all these kind of things that other games also have to keep the players attracted to the game, or how you're gonna move
Yeah,
forward?
so in terms of the roadmap, as I said, Aradena Battlegrounds is like the flagship game at the moment. That went into beta at the start of this month. Had a really good month so far. We've already had over 10,000 games played, which is great. And we've also got pretty good feedback from players as well. So the average rating at the moment is 8.3 out of 10. So we give out a survey, like a post-game survey to people, which I think the question specifically is like, how would you rate this experience of Aradena Battlegrounds, like based on this build? And to be getting that level of feedback already at this early stage is very, very good signs for us. And even the people that had given it a lower rating than that would normally leave like text-based qualitative comments where it sort of says like, there's still this build's still quite buggy, but I can see a huge potential for the game. So even the people that like don't rate it quite as highly as that still can see the potential for it. The game will go into season 1 at the end of this year, so Q4 2023 will be season 1, and that's kind of like what you would refer to as full launch, I guess. And then in terms of next year, one of the big plans for us is that we plan to launch a mobile game in summer of next year, which largely builds on the core mechanics for Aradena Battlegrounds, but with more simplified gameplay. So like sort of inspired by games like Marvel Snap, for example. And that will allow us to sort of really start driving more mass adoption from traditional gamers and casual gamers on mobile. And then the real long-term vision for the project is this idea of Aradena Kingdoms, which is probably best described as a medieval fantasy gaming metaverse. But I'll be very specific about what I mean here, because I think the term metaverse can definitely be used interchangeably, and people will mean different things when they say it, and it can be quite a loose term sometimes. But basically, the idea is to empower users within our ecosystem with creator toolkits, so they can create their own assets, they can create their own gaming experiences, and then they can then monetize those experiences using our AG token. So like the MVP version, like the first version, would likely have 2 creator toolkits, which would be a game map creator toolkit, similar to one that we use internally for game design, and an environment-based asset creator toolkit, which basically means that people can create their own like gameplay experiences, which people can then play. And they can also create their own NFT assets as well, which can all be traded using AG. But that's long term. That's very long term right now. We've not allocated any
That's a
development resources towards that yet.
thing. Yeah. Good. Yeah, you
I
mentioned
might,
the AG token. It's launched already, right?
Yeah, so we did our IDO for that yesterday. So that's already live now on Gate.io and on Uniswap. So yeah, that's a big milestone for us. That's now out of the way, and now we can focus our
Wow.
attention a lot more towards building out the product and utility.
Yes. So what is the utility then for the token right now, right in the start, and what's going to be?
Yeah, so the token can basically be described as a premium game currency and a utility token for all features, game store purchases, tournaments, and transactions within all and current and future games within the Aradena ecosystem. So, like I said before, it was really important for us to launch the token with immediate utility. And there's 3 different parts that are sort of immediately available. The first one is in-game features like questing, where AG can be used to enable warriors to auto succeed or complete quests, so they can basically earn in-game commodities and upgrade their warriors. The second one, which is probably the most significant one, is the game store, which will launch within the next week or so, and that will initially sell pre-release bundles of card packs, cosmetic items, in-game commodities, and other cosmetics as well. And then also it will sell variable reward loot chests, which is based on the gacha model, very similar to like how NFTs work, like NFT launches, where basically you would pay one set price and then you'd receive like a random reward, which could be different rarities. So there's an element of like excitement with that. And then the final thing is staking. So anybody who owns tokens is able to stake tokens to receive APR rewards of up to 37.5% based on like how long they stake for, what assets they hold, etc., etc. So that's what's instantly available. And then obviously as Aradena continues to grow, we'll add more utilities as well, which includes like other new game features such as Unite and Sacrifice, and also tournament entries and other things as well. And obviously we'll continue to add more things into the game store. If you want to find out more about the utilities of AG, you can head to our white paper. So if you go onto our website, aradena.io, and then click onto docs, from the menu bar, it will take you to our white paper, and you'll see a section in the economy called AG token and AG utilities, and then you'll be able to read a lot more information about it there.
Well, I just did it. Very good. I'll read there. Because I didn't find the white paper before and I didn't have time to read. So yeah, thank you so much for telling me where it is. I'll definitely read it. I think it's a very interesting game, and I love how you have like utility all ready from the start, and the game is out there so people can check the game and try and play it before they decide to invest or to use their money to play. And it says also on your web page that, or when you move on from it, there will be rewards. I mean, like competitions, and you can win money. Earn
Yeah,
large
so there's prize pools for different competitive tournaments. So like quite a big part of our game and our model in general is really focused on competitive strategy gaming. So that's a big part of our focus. There's actually a tournament that's live right now, a beta tournament, which has about $15,000 in prizes, of tokens and different NFTs and stuff like that. So like I said, anyone can participate in that. You just have to head to aradena.io, click play, and you can start downloading and start playing the game straight away to enter the tournament. I think that closes on Sunday night. And then we'll continue to do limited time events tournaments as we go forwards as well. And that's a really important part about what makes the ecosystem and the token unique as well. In that, unlike a lot of like Generation 1 blockchain games where you'd be able to earn the token just continuously, just for basically based on like time reward for the amount of time you spend in the game. In our game, Aradena Gold is only available to earn in limited time events, so competitive tournaments. It's not available to earn just like standard day-to-day play in the future. So that basically allows us to control token emissions a lot better than just having like a token which is just like a inflationary token that just gets rewarded for day-to-day play. What we do have is Aradenian silver, like a silver coin, and that is not an on-chain token. It's just an in-game token that's not tradable. And that is how we will reward players in the future for just sort of standard day-to-day games, which they can then use for different assets and features.
So basically, you can train for free and become good at the game, and then you can you have to pay something to participate in these prize pools, I suppose.
At the moment, you don't. So the current tournament, there's not an entry fee or anything like that. You can literally just sort of create an account, play a game, and enter. In the future, what we'll likely do is for those that don't. So if someone owns a Warrior NFT, they'll likely be able to actually just enter the competitive tournaments with their NFT. But for those who don't own a Warrior, they would need to pay an entry fee in AG.
Okay. So what type of game is it? What's the skill needed to be able to win a prize in the prize pool games?
Jake, I don't know if you want to go into more detail on the game itself.
Yeah, sure. So it's if anyone's played trading card games, then it's very, very similar to other trading card games. So we always modeled ourselves on taking the best parts from trading card games and then also the best parts from tactical combat games. So by tactical combat, kind of mean when you get to move pieces around in strategic sort of battles. So anyone that maybe played Heroes of Might and Magic, some of those older games, a lot of inspiration from there. So yeah, it's strategy and kind of deploying your cards in the right way, but then also moving them around the board. But the game times average about 10 to 12 minutes. So they're quite short and fast-paced games. And they're kind of sort of every game is different as well. So it's a lot of the feedback from people is that it's very easy to pick up, very easy to play, but there's lots of sort of deep strategy for you to learn if you enjoy it and you want to sort of get better and better at the game.
That's good. So it's never getting boring. You never really learn everything 100%. It's changing.
Exactly. And we're introducing new cards sort of all the time now. So I think there's about 40 different cards currently in the game at the moment, and we're releasing new ones sort of continuously over sort of every couple of weeks. We're aiming to have about 200 in a few months from now. So yeah, lots of different sort of tactics for people to try out.
Great. I'm curious to know if someone in here already tried it. Since it's free, I guess some of the people in here maybe have tried it out already. So raise your hand if you have tried it, so we can hear from you maybe a
I
little
can
bit
actually see
when you come up
can
and
actually
ask
see a
questions.
couple of
Yeah.
people who are part of the Aradena community, like Semp, for example. I know is an avid player.
I know.
Okay.
I think Semp is actually one of the best players we have. He's always high
Can we
up on
bring
the
him up
leaderboards.
so he can tell us a little bit short about the game? That would be awesome.
Sure, if he wants to come up.
If you're available, Sam. I can't see him, but he has to raise his hand. Anyway, let's take him on when he comes up, if he comes up. So I wanted to ask, I mean, how you can earn reward. You told me you can stake and you can also like trade the NFTs and trade the cards, and you have to, right, as of now, you have to participate in these prize pool games to win something, right? Just playing won't give you any reward at the moment. Just
That's
training
correct. Yeah.
to.
So at the moment, it's basically a system where we have like competitive tournaments that are released. So at the moment, there's one that's running for about 9 days, I think it is, which started at the end of last week and closes at the end of this weekend.
So how big is the chance if I enter now when it's almost finished to win something?
So there's actually still, so what we've done for that exact reason, Mary, is there's two prize pools currently available. So one is for the total sort of winners, so total points over the entire time. But the other prize pool is for your win rate percentage for anybody that plays 30 games or more. So as long as you play just 30 games, and depending on how well you've done in those 30 games, then you will also have a chance at winning. So because we wanted to, accommodate the people that are going to play non-stop for 9 days, and then also some of the people that just want to play a little bit. So yeah, there's still plenty of chances to win the prize pools.
That's good. You have thought about everything, I think. Very good. So are you notorious gamers yourself?
Yes, I think probably myself maybe a little bit more than Liam. I know Liam also is a big gamer, but yeah, I'm on the product side of things, and obviously my product team, everybody's a very big gamer. So yeah, it's part and parcel of game development, I suppose.
So you're giving feedback to yourself also. That's good.
Yeah, just unfortunately don't get any time to play anymore. But
Really?
that's
Isn't that very
yeah,
important to do?
it is. But Aradena is the most important.
in the first beta tournament we had at the start of the month, I actually did manage to get a few games. I think I probably played like 6 games, but still of our own game. Like there's no time to play other games. There's just about enough time to maybe get a couple of games of our own in, because that's also like part of what we're trying to do with building the game out, like similar to other trading card games as well. Like Jake said before, is fairly short time frames for the games, so like between like 10 and 12 minutes for the actual game lengths. So like if you have got like a spare 15 minutes like between meetings or something like that, or you just want to break, then it's actually very well suited to just like a quick 15-minute slot.
So if you play a game, I mean, if I start to game now and I participate in this prize pool game, do I get if I lose, do I get beaten and kicked out from the tournament, or?
No, it's not a round tree tournament. In the future we might do ones like styled like that as well, but this is just a leaderboard based tournament. So basically there's two different prize pool sets. One is based on like the total amount of points, and then the other one, as Jake said, is mentioned on your win rate. So it's not like a round tree tournament, although that would be something that would be quite cool to do in the future, is just like actual knockout tournaments. That'd be pretty exciting as well.
You can start over once again then when you get knocked out. All right, we have Sam up here. Let's hear some from Sam. How is the game,
Hey guys,
Sam? Are you a notorious gamers as well?
Yeah, sorry, I heard my name earlier. I was kind of half listening, but what were you guys kind of asking for? How the game plays?
No, what do you think about the game? I mean, probably you have played lots of other games.
Oh
How does it
man,
compare to other games?
I mean, yeah, these guys know I've been around for a couple of years now, waiting for this game. So I'm a huge fan. I have been saw the vision early on and have been very excited to get going in it. So I really enjoy it. If you're into TCGs, and which this is kind of my first TCG, but I like the artwork. I like the 3D hex style, and when I first saw Aradena, I was really into Catan at the time, and so it just really caught my eye. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far.
All right, that's good. So you think it's going to be a long-term game for you to play also?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the matches are fairly short, and you can get a quick. Although once you start, it's hard to put down. So for me, at least, but yeah, for sure.
So you play on your PC, right? Or...
I'm playing on PC right now.
Okay. And later on there might be a phone game as well, you said.
That's what I'm told. Summer next year.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for coming up and telling you. Did you have any questions for the guys in here while you're up?
Nope. I will. I'll leave it at that. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Thank you, Sam.
Bye.
Thank you.
Cheers, Sam.
All right. Yeah. It seems you have some fans. That's good.
Yeah, the community in general are fantastic. Like Sam said, there's been some real loyal members around from the very start. So, you know, we're at the stage now where the game's kind of finally being delivered, and it's fantastic for the team to kind of, you know, finally deliver on those promises and get something out there that people are enjoying.
So if I watch this trailer, it's kind of barbaric. I mean, you kill some people and stuff. Is that what you're gonna do in the game as well? Is it some age limit on the game, or?
No, the trailer's probably definitely the most gruesome part of it. So that's more of a eye-catching thing inside of the game. I think maybe if you're on our homepage, there's another video just below that one that shows a lot more of the gameplay. So it's you can see the hex battlefield and the units and the cards on that one. So yeah, we modeled our art style off of games like League of Legends and Dota a little bit. So we just wanted it to be quite easy on the eyes and quite nice for people to look at for hours on end.
I like the graphics. I like how it looks. So I get some questions here from Twitter. Let's see if we can have some. Pattern Boy is asking regarding the deck builder in Aradena. How do the 6 available decks and the introduction of new playable cards contribute to the diversity and strategic depth of the gameplay? How were these additions determined and balanced?
Yeah, sure. I can take that one. So I think like you can probably, for anyone that played the first weekend's tournament and then this tournament that's currently going, we changed the decks around. And I think for those people, they'll be well aware of just by changing those decks, how you're almost playing a completely new game. So currently the deck builder isn't active. So the decks, the sort of the selection of cards are predetermined. But we changed those predetermined sort of decks around, and most of the people that played loads, you know, felt like it was a completely new experience. So that shows how important and how big the deck builder will be when it gives everybody complete control to build their own decks. And then also on that same note, I said earlier, there was only about 40 cards available. So when we get to the full launch, there'll be about 200. So again, you can see quite the depth of different sort of combinations of cards that people can make, which basically just adds, you know, freshness and retention to the game because people can keep on trying out new things. But yeah, the reason we chose those particular decks is just purely from a game design point of view, which we're trying out different things at the moment to find out what cards are the most fun and maybe if any are a little bit too strong or too weak.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, thank you. Another question from B. Helen is, to become a gamer on Aradena Warrior platform, how do I register? And that was through the web page. We said that already. But what are the pre-requirements? Also, what advantages can we find as gamers in Aradena Warrior Metaverse that we can't find in other games?
Yeah, so in terms of sign up, mentioned it earlier. So basically, just head to aradena.io. You can click play, and then you can create an account there. So super easy. Don't need anything to sign up. And then I didn't quite understand the second part of that question. Is it okay to repeat it?
Yeah, hang on. Now I just lost it. Wait. The second part was what advantages can we find as gamers in Aradena Warrior Metaverse that we can't find in other games?
Yeah, so by advantages, I'm assuming what that means is like the sort of like uniqueness of the gameplay, or like why it's fun to play, or what's unique about it.
Probably, yeah.
Which I think we've kind of touched on a little bit before. Is the main thing is the fact that it's a tactical trading card game, but where players' cards actually come to life in strategic 3D gameplay. So one, the fact the game's a lot more visually immersive, and two, the fact that the battle system itself is also very strategic and very fun in the sense that it takes inspiration of sort of like strategic moment-to-moment gameplay and movement and positioning. So rather than just playing cards on the table, you really feel like you're sort of commanding an army around a battlefield.
All right, cool. I also see that we have some hands risen up in here, so lots of people wants to ask questions. This is an interesting project for many, I think. But is there something that you guys want us to talk about before we let some people in for questions?
No, I don't think so. I think the only thing would be to head to Aradena on Twitter, which is what I'm speaking from right now. And then if you go onto the link tree, you can see all of our links on there. You can join the Discord. You can follow us on Twitter. You can create an account on Aradena. You can find out more about the token on our white paper, etc., etc.
So the Discord is the place to be. That's your main community platform.
That's definitely the number one community engagement platform for us, for sure. Yeah. So
right,
Discord
cool.
is the number one place to be.
Very nice. All right, guys, let's have some people up here. I'm gonna unmute a few. Let's see, we have Web3B. Hello, Web3Bs. I mean.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Have you tried the game?
That is the question I want to ask. I just want to know from the Aradena if I can be able to download the game on my app. If yes, can I get the link so that I can download the game into my mobile phone?
So the game's not available for mobile yet. It's just a PC game. So mobile gaming won't be until summer of 2024. That's when we're planning to launch on mobile. So you need a PC. It's a PC game at the moment. And if you go to the website and you click play and you create an account, it will link you to Elixir. So the game at the moment is currently available to download from Elixir Gaming Launchpad. So it will link it on our website, or you could also just head directly to Elixir. That's with an I, not an E at the end. And then you'll be able to see Aradena is currently the number one most played game on Elixir. So you'll be able to see it on the homepage once you download it.
Okay. But when
tried it on PC Web3B.
I don't know if the game will be launched on the mobile phone.
In next summer, they said.
Yeah, correct. In about 12 months.
All right. Thanks for your response. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Naida, good evening.
Hello, Mary. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Have you played the game, Naida?
No.
Do you want to play it?
Yeah, I want to play.
Good. All right. Did you have a question?
Okay, my question is there a correlation between the level of each NFT card in Aradena, a trading card game, and its impact on battle outcomes? Furthermore, what are the methods for efficiently increasing the level of our NFT card, and are there any extra expenses associated with upgrading every NFT card in our possessions?
Jade, do you want to go into that?
Yeah, I can take that one. Yeah, great questions. So there's two kind of answers to this. So the Warriors of Aradena are the heroes of your sort of card collections, and they can be upgraded, which give you access to other sort of cards that you can use in your deck. So that's a really good benefit of upgrading those warriors when you have them. And then there's another sort of side to it. The normal cards that go in your deck, we call these units and spells. You can upgrade those, but you can upgrade them cosmetically. So that's what we do to keep the game fair for everybody. So the stats of those cards will always stay the same, but you can upgrade them cosmetically and change different skins and change how they look in the game. So there's lots of progression routes and ways to increase your strategy and the amount of cards that you have, which will in turn increase the amount of options you have to play, which will kind of increase your chances at winning and sort of winning prizes. But the actual cards themselves are always the same to keep it balanced and fair for everybody. Hope that answers the question.
Okay, thank you so much for answering. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Naida. So, Jacob, if I understood correctly, you can't train your cards to get better, or can you? I'm not sure I got it.
You can train your warriors to get better.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of different. Yeah, there's a few different kind of naming conventions. You can train them to give you access to better cards, and then the actual sort of units and other stuff you can improve them cosmetically.
And can you then sell them? Because I know many are interested in like maybe buying these warrior cards or warriors and then train them and sell them for a higher price later on, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you can do, and it's actually what lots of people in our community have been doing for probably the past year now. So you can train them up by the questing system, which is already live, and then also by playing with them in Battlegrounds when that gets rolled out in the next few months. So yeah, you can improve their value basically by playing with them and then selling them.
And are you going to have a platform, or have you already a platform where people can trade the cards, or the warriors, or is that on OpenSea or other platforms out there?
Yeah, that's currently on OpenSea for the warriors, and then the cards will be on Immutable X. So that will be on the IMX marketplace or sort of similar ones like Token Trove. I do believe we have some official links on our website. And our white paper where you can kind of find these marketplaces.
Yeah, very good. All right, Julian, you're up next. What is your question?
Yeah, thank you for bringing me on. I just want to ask to know, as a beginner player like me, are there any tutorials or guidelines that could actually guide me to play and make the game actually a fun and interesting one? And also, if there is also, let me say, like a play to earn system.
Yeah, great questions, Julian. So the two best places to go to learn more how to play the game, one is our YouTube, where there's actually tutorial videos and gameplay videos from our game designers. So just sort of watching those will give you a good base understanding. And then also just in our Discord, there's lots of people in there that play the game, regularly and a lot. They're really good players. They'll be more than happy to give you tips and tricks and just kind of talk you through the basics. There's always people in there. So yeah, they're the two best places to go ahead and test it out. And then the play to earn, it's more like Liam mentioned earlier, limited time event prizes is how we do it. So there's definitely the option to earn prizes, but you have to sort of come and join those tournaments when they're on. There may be other sort of play to earn sort of functionalities in the future, but currently it's just the tournaments.
Yeah, just
thank you. My second question is, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, my second question is, you said you're going to launch the game on summer, that's 24th. So I just want to know, like, bringing this game on Android devices, is it going to be as good as on PC? Because I know when like dropping games to Android phones, like it actually gives the game limited characters and maybe limited games play. So is everything going to really be the same as PC? Are Android gamers going to enjoy the same privilege as PC gamers?
Yeah, so because it's a turn-based game, so it's a trading card game, the graphics, they look good, but they're not very, what's the word? That, it can run on sort of lower end devices. So the gameplay experience on Android and mobile will be, just as good as on PC or any other platform.
Okay, thank you. That's all for now. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Julian,
Mary.
have you tried the game?
No, I'm still to try.
Oh yeah, okay. Go try it and tell us later how you feel about it.
Yeah, I will.
All right, let's have Elon now.
Yeah.
Hi Elon, have you tried the game?
Unfortunately, I don't own a PC, so I'm yet to actually try the game.
Okay.
So actually,
What is your question?
I have two questions actually. One was a follow-up to the question which Julian asked. You said that it does if when the mobile will be like when it's available, that's the mobile and the PC will be able to play together. So I don't know, is there plans like in some of the games which I've played? Once one, like let's say users gamers on PC have more advantages than gamers on Android. So most of the games which I know, they usually kind of group gamers in such a way that once that's Android play together in a separate zone, and PC get to play together in a separate zone. I don't know, is there plans or coordinations on actually integrating this kind of feature? And secondly, it was actually regarding the Warrior NFT which you mentioned. You see that the Warrior NFTs the Warriors, that's the Warriors in the games, are actually upgradable. So can you tell us actually the cost involved to upgrade our Warriors? That is must actually hold some kind of cards or some kind of token before I can be able to upgrade my Warriors. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, Elon. Great questions. So the first one, basically, yes to that. So we'll be doing two types of matchmaking for all of our players. One will be based on their ranking, so that's on an ELO ranking. So you'll be matched against players of your similar skill level, and if you beat them and keep beating people, then you'll rise up those ranks. So that'll be one factor of matchmaking, and then the other will be based on their devices as well. So yeah, you'll be more likely to load into someone playing on the same device as you, and also actually more likely to load into someone playing in the same sort of part of the world as you, just based on how the servers and matchmaking works. So yes to that first one. And then to the second question about the Warriors. So actually at the moment, really all you need to start upgrading a Warrior after you have purchased it, so you will need to make the purchase, you just need time. So the quests, they take time, and sort of you kind of can figure out which ones will do the best for your warrior. So each warrior has different traits and they'll do better at different quests. So if you send them on sort of particular quests, they'll do it better and more experience from it. So you can do that with paid for warriors. But also what we offer to get people started is if you sign up and create an account, you do actually get a free warrior that can't be traded, though you can still upgrade that and kind of learn how to do the questing game first. So for anyone that wants to try it out, you could actually sort of, create a game account and start training that sort of free warrior up first, and then purchase another warrior to do it with as well.
Yeah, okay. Just a follow-up question. I'm sorry, Mary. Just a follow-up question to what you just said. You said game that's newbies will be rewarded with a free card and a free warrior. So I don't, as a newbie now, will I say what's the expiry date of these warriors? That's what's the duration of times I must use this warrior before I'm kind of requested, or when is mandatory to actually purchase that's another warrior? Like when is this free card going to get expired?
No, so that free warrior will never expire. You'll always keep that. But you won't actually be able to trade that particular warrior, the free one. So it just stays in your game account. But it will help you if you do purchase other warriors, because you can use the free one to, improve how your other paid warriors do in the questing system. So it will help you.
Okay. Once I get a PC, I would love to actually try your game out. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, Mary. Thank you. I wish you the best.
Great questions, Milan. I have follow-up questions there too. I mean, if you have a free warrior, will they play good or against the other ones that people purchased? Are they good enough?
Yeah, definitely, Mary. So it kind of just goes back to a big part of Aradena is we want the game to be fair and balanced for everybody. So those free warriors will be, they'll be pretty good warriors. But it's more that the paid warriors will just have access to sort of cooler and more unique skills and abilities in the game. But the warriors are just one part of the game. They don't sort of decide the outcome of the battle. That's decided through your skill at playing the game, sort of almost always.
So you said you can upgrade your warriors and things by time and by playing certain quests that's better for certain warriors. What if I lose? Can the warriors lose some capacity or some?
No, we're big on not taking things away from people. Yeah, it can never get worse. Yeah, it's always the warrior might fail a quest, and all that happens there is he just doesn't get any experience points or rewards for that quest, and you just need to send him on another one.
And the ones who actually pay something for their warriors, then are they going to be able to play maybe more quests than with the free ones, or is it all the same for everyone?
So people will actually be able to, now that we've just launched our token, people will be able to speed up quests that their warriors do by spending small amounts of the token, or they will be able to increase the chances that their warrior will succeed on the quest. So there are ways that if you buy the warriors, you can also use the Aradenian Gold cryptocurrency token to maximize your chances and maximize the rate at what your warriors are leveling up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good. I like your answers to all the questions so far. Even maybe I'm not a gamer really, but maybe I'll even try this game.
Fantastic.
Let's see. Let's see. Well, it has been a pleasure having you here. Tell us where to buy the token if someone wants to buy it or buy the warriors again. And no financial advice, guys. As always, do your own research. This is just educational purpose for you all. So, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So the token's currently available on Gate.io and also Uniswap. So if you head to our Twitter account, you'll be able to see links to both of those. Make sure to always follow official links that are put out by Aradena themselves. And then in terms of the assets, so the card packs and the warriors, the warriors are available on OpenSea. So if you just search Aradena, they're called Warriors of Aradena on there. And then the card packs are available on Immutable X, on their marketplace.
And then there will be new warriors coming out, or because all the old ones are sold already, right?
Yeah, you can. So there won't be new warriors coming out. There'll be new card packs and pre-release bundles and stuff like that. But the warriors themselves, you can buy from secondary trades. So you'll need to buy them from existing holders on OpenSea.
Okay. And what's the floor price at the moment?
I think it's about $100.
Okay. Yeah, you said that in the beginning. I remember. Good. All right, guys. Yeah, it was really fun to get to know this Aradena project and the game. And I hope you will come back and tell us more about the games later on and yeah, everything that happens in the project. And I'll give the floor to you now for some extra content or some closing statement or something, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, the only thing would be is to come try out the game, I'd say. So come to our website, create an account, you can play the game, be playing the game very quickly. And also the other thing would be to check out our cinematic trailer, which is quite cool as well. If you go onto our YouTube and take a look at our cinematic trailer, that's probably one of the most exciting things you can do with your first 60 seconds in the project.
Yeah, and also, if you're interested in just learning more, make sure to just join our Discord and say hello in the general chat and ask any questions you have. We've got loads of people in there that will be, ready to answer any more questions and help you out.
That's always good. Everyone needs help now and then, especially with new projects and new games. So yeah, thank you. That's good. Thank you everyone for coming, and those of you who didn't get the chance to ask your questions, I'm sorry. We don't have unlimited time here today, but go to their Discord and ask there, and you'll get your answers, I'm sure.
So thank you very much, Mary. It's been very fun.
Thank you. And yeah, make sure to follow Aradena, the main account, and yeah, Jacob, I followed you as well. And Crypto Miners, please follow Crypto Miners if you haven't already. So, hope to see you soon again, guys. Have a great summer, and yeah, come back soon.
Awesome.
Thanks, Mary.
Cheers.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you. Good luck. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye everyone.